All right, guys, are you ready for it? This is one of, if not the best, reopening strategy that I have heard. Okay, so it's a bold statement, it's a big statement, but I think it's going to live up to it. I really hope that it does. So, okay, so let's talk about this hoodie. I'm not a big Nebraska fan. Okay, this is my workout hoodie, and it's like extremely comfortable. And my friend Corey Dimmel was the one that hooked me up with it. So he took me to a game in Nebraska, and his brother that we were with said, "We can't go into the stadium with you not wearing something of Nebraska." So they bought me this hoodie. It's extremely comfortable, and now I wear it. So that's explanation of the hoodie. That has nothing to do with the reopening strategy, but I wanted to make sure that we're clear that I didn't switch loyalties over to Nebraska. But I'm a big Corey Dimmel fan, and I'm a big fan of this here hoodie. So there we have it. All right. So back on track here. All right. So the reopening strategy. All right. So I know a lot of you have already reopened in different ways, and going well. You know, for most part, what I've heard is a lot of people are going good. But there's still quite a few of you that have not officially reopened. I was talking to a couple churches yesterday in Florida, California, and still not reopened. Even a church in Texas, middle of Texas, I talked to yesterday, just outside of Dallas, and they still have not reopened. They just feel like they're not quite there yet. They're a church of about 6,000, and they just has felt like they're just not feeling comfortable bringing that many people back in together. So I feel like there's still pretty much some relevance here. So, and hey, maybe even if you started reopening, this might be a good way for you to pivot and maybe get some more people back who have not been feeling comfortable coming back yet. All right. So I feel like this deserves a drum roll. All right. So let's do it. Come on. Here it is. Two services. I know you're like, what? That's it? Two services? Okay, so here we go. So service number one, probably your first service, so that way it's the cleanest service, is all mask. Okay, so everyone at that service is wearing masks. You staff, volunteers, everyone who attends, masks only. You go above and beyond with, making sure social distancing practices are there. And you go above and beyond to make sure that that service is extremely comfortable for those that don't want to come back without masks, without social distancing, without large amount of protection there. Okay. So 9 o'clock, cleanest service. No one's been in the building yet. Everyone's got masks on. I mean, you could even hand out gloves. I mean, you could do whatever you want on that service, be above and beyond, ultra safe in that service. Okay. Service number two, maybe your 11 o'clock service, no masks at all. I think you still need to practice, social distancing, all that kind of stuff. I know for our church, we've just expanded rows and things like that. But you got to do what, your mayor, your governors are saying for your state. But I think that this is genius. Okay. Probably one of the best ideas that I have heard so far, having two services. One is for those that want to wear masks, and one that doesn't have masks at all. Bingo, boom, you're in, right? Like if you think the masks are all about it, then come to 9 o'clock. If you think masks are silly and we shouldn't have them, come to the 11 o'clock. Two services, and both designed to serve those people's needs. Okay. So there you have it. I think that honestly, this is probably one of the best ideas that I've heard so far about reopening. Two services, one designed for ultra safety, ultra protection, extreme caution, all that kind of stuff, right? Go above and beyond to communicate masks, safety, protocols, all that stuff in your first service. Your second service, your 11 o'clock maybe. Go all out, man. Go ham, right? No masks. push the envelope a little bit on what you can do there. All right. So as you're reopening, guys, this is one way to do it where you can not say either or, because I think a lot of times what happens is we're inviting everybody in and people feel silly wearing a mask when most people aren't, or they feel like they're not protecting their neighbor if they don't wear a mask, but they don't want to wear a mask, right? Or you're leaving it open for a lot of questions, a lot of wonder, all that kind of stuff when we're just inviting everybody back. I know I've suggested, you guys have all seen, the wristbands or lanyards with, red, yellow, green, and indicating how comfortable you are. I still think that all that stuff is great, helpful. Keep doing that. But here's a way to really make it. And the other thing too is it will help you to begin to see the difference, right? As maybe that first service gets a little bit less lower attended, and more and more people are coming to the second service, and people are moving from online to that first. So you've got 3 stages, right? You've got your online community still, you have your mask mandatory, and then you have your back to normal, no masks, right? So you're able to move people along as opposed to all or nothing, right? And so it's this online, in-person with masks, social distancing practices heavily enforced, and then no mask, and we're kind of pushing the envelope on social distancing, right? And so you're able to move people along this process as opposed to making the huge jump from online to in person. And I'll say this, there's been a lot of people that, it's just kind of scary for them because it's unknown, right? Like to show up when they haven't been there for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. What is it like? Right? Can I wear my mask and feel comfortable? Can I wear my mask, but yet people are going to still hug me and shake my hand, and they don't know, right? And so, again, this gets them moving towards no mask in person. It's another step, right? And so trying to just make that huge jump from online, haven't been there in 6, 7, 8 months, to boom, in person. There's a lot of questions, a lot of unknowns, a lot of that. And so again, this gets them on campus in a safer environment. And I know some people are doing different venues. And so live streaming into a different venue, and that venue is mask mandatory. Again, boom, thumbs up. I think that's still a great idea for reopening as well. Offering a secondary room is a great idea, gets people on campus. But again, they're intermingling with people that don't have masks on. So again, this allows you to clearly have separation and clear, guidelines, clear protocols, completely separated. They're not mixing in the halls. They're none of that. And so I think this is a great idea. So I couldn't wait to share this. My wife shared this idea. She talked with a friend of hers at coffee yesterday, and I just had to get this to you guys. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys again next week.